Have you ever started watching a video, and within just a few seconds something makes you stop scrolling completely? Not because of loud music, not because of dramatic editing, but because of a tiny moment that feels strangely powerful. A glance that lasts a little longer than expected. A smile that seems to hide a story. A reaction so subtle that most people might miss it. Yet once you see it, you can't unsee it. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Jikook Lover, the place where we explore the moments that make the fandom stop, rewind, and ask 1,000 questions. Before we go any further, make sure you like this video, leave your thoughts in the comments, and of course subscribe to the channel so you never miss the next story shaking the fandom. Because what we're about to talk about today is something that has quietly started spreading across the internet again. A moment, a tiny detail, something that fans believe they have just discovered while watching content on Netflix. And somehow, that small moment has once again brought attention to the dynamic between Park Jimin and Jungkook, the duo fans around the world often call Jikook. But here is the strange part. This isn't a brand new video. It isn't a newly released clip. In fact, many fans had already watched this content before. So why are people suddenly talking about it again? Why are comments appearing everywhere saying things like, "How did we miss this?" Or "Wait, did that really just happen?" And perhaps the most intriguing question of all, was this moment always there, or are fans only noticing it now? To understand why this has suddenly become a global discussion again, we need to go back for a moment. Not just to one clip or one scene, but to a long journey that has connected millions of fans around the world. That journey begins with a group whose name has become almost impossible to ignore in modern pop culture, BTS. Over the years, BTS has built something far bigger than a typical music career. Their story stretches from small practice rooms and trainee days to sold-out stadiums, international awards, and a fan base that spans nearly every corner of the planet. But what has always made their story so compelling isn't only the music. It's the relationships between the members. 7 different personalities growing together, facing challenges together, laughing, arguing, competing, and supporting each other through years of intense pressure and global attention. Within that dynamic, certain friendships naturally stand out. And one of the most talked about connections among fans has long been the interaction between Jimin and Jungkook. From the earliest days of their career, fans noticed how their personalities often created interesting chemistry on camera. Sometimes playful, sometimes competitive, sometimes unexpectedly emotional. There were moments of teasing, moments of admiration, moments where one would react instantly to the other without needing words. Over time, fans began referring to these interactions with a simple nickname, Jikook. For some fans, Jikook represents nothing more than a close friendship between 2 artists who have grown up together in the spotlight. For others, the dynamic feels more mysterious, more layered, something that invites endless curiosity. And perhaps that curiosity is exactly why even the smallest interaction between them can ignite discussion across social media. Which brings us back to the moment currently circulating among fans. It started quietly. Someone was rewatching BTS content available on Netflix. Maybe it was for nostalgia. Maybe they simply wanted to relive some of the group's most emotional behind-the-scenes moments. At first everything seemed normal. The performances, the conversations, the laughter. But then, something happened. A scene that lasted only a few seconds suddenly caught someone's attention. A look, a reaction, a subtle interaction between Jimin and Jungkook that felt unexpectedly intense. The viewer replayed the scene, then replayed it again. Soon the clip was cut and shared online. Within hours, more fans began watching it. And then something interesting happened. Many of them had the same reaction. Some laughed in disbelief. Some said they had never noticed it before. Others began analyzing every frame, slowing the video down, trying to understand exactly what made the moment feel so different. How did we miss this? Was the camera always showing this angle? Did anyone else notice Jungkook's reaction? Questions started appearing faster than answers. And as the clip spread, the conversation grew. What makes situations like this fascinating is that they reveal something unique about global fandom culture. Fans are not just passive viewers. They are observers, archivists, storytellers. They rewatch. They compare. They remember details from years ago and connect them with moments happening today. And when thousands of people start examining the same clip together, Even the smallest gesture can suddenly feel like a major discovery. Netflix plays an interesting role in this phenomenon. Unlike live broadcasts or temporary content, streaming platforms allow fans to revisit moments again and again. Scenes that once passed by quickly can now be paused, replayed, zoomed in on, and discussed endlessly. In many ways, Netflix becomes a digital time capsule. Every smile, every backstage conversation, every unexpected reaction is preserved. And sometimes, years later, someone notices something new. For Jikook fans, that possibility always keeps the curiosity alive. Because throughout BTS history, there have been countless moments where Jimin and Jungkook shared interactions that fans described as unforgettable. Sometimes it was during concerts, sometimes in casual behind-the-scenes footage, sometimes in interviews where their reactions seemed perfectly synchronized. Those moments were never announced or promoted. They simply happened. And perhaps that spontaneity is exactly what makes them feel so genuine. The new clip circulating from Netflix appears to follow that same pattern. There is no dramatic music, no obvious highlight from the production team, just a short interaction that fans believe carries a surprising emotional weight. Some viewers say it shows how naturally the two members respond to each other, even when they are not trying to create a moment. Others believe the timing of the interaction makes it particularly meaningful. But the truth is, no single interpretation has been universally accepted. And maybe that is exactly why the conversation keeps growing. Because mystery invites curiosity. Curiosity invites discussion. And discussion keeps the story alive. Across fan communities, debates have already begun. Was the moment truly significant? Did the cameras accidentally capture something more personal than expected? Or is this simply another example of how powerful fan perception can be when thousands of viewers analyze the same scene from different emotional perspectives? As the clip continued spreading across social media, the reactions became even more intense. Fans from different countries began sharing their own interpretations, sometimes pointing out details that others had completely overlooked. A slight shift in posture, a quick smile that appeared for only a second, a reaction that seemed to happen almost instinctively. And suddenly, what began as a simple rediscovered moment inside a Netflix scene turned into something much bigger. It became a conversation, a global one. In fan forums, people started revisiting older footage again, wondering if similar interactions had been hiding in plain sight all along. Some viewers compared the newly discussed moment with concert clips from years ago. Others searched through interviews, behind-the-scenes documentaries, and tour footage, trying to see if the same type of connection appeared elsewhere. And the more people looked, the more interesting the discussion became. Because Jikook moments have always had a way of appearing unexpectedly. Sometimes they were playful, Jungkook teasing Jimin during a rehearsal, or Jimin responding with exaggerated dramatic reactions that made the entire group laugh. Other times the interactions felt quieter, almost unnoticed by everyone except the cameras and the fans watching closely. Moments where one member instinctively turned toward the other. Moments where their reactions seemed perfectly timed without any obvious reason. For longtime fans, these small details often felt like pieces of a larger story unfolding over years of shared experiences. Growing up in the same group, training together, traveling the world together, performing on countless stages, those experiences naturally create bonds that outsiders can only partially understand. Yet what fascinates many viewers is how those bonds sometimes reveal themselves in the smallest gestures. A glance, a laugh, a brief exchange that lasts only seconds but somehow feels meaningful. And that is exactly why the recent Netflix moment continues to spark debate. Because it raises a question that fans have asked many times before. When two artists have spent so many years side by side, how much of their connection becomes visible on camera without them even realizing it? Perhaps the answer lies somewhere between coincidence and familiarity. When people know each other deeply, their reactions often become automatic. A look can communicate what words cannot. A smile can appear before anyone even thinks about it. For viewers watching from the outside, those instinctive reactions can sometimes feel like hidden messages waiting to be interpreted. But whether the moment was accidental or simply natural chemistry, one thing is certain: the discovery has reminded fans why Jikook moments continue to capture attention year after year. Because in a world where everything moves quickly and trends disappear overnight, some interactions remain timeless. And sometimes, All it takes is one tiny rediscovered scene on Netflix to remind the entire fandom why they started paying attention in the first place. So now the question circulating across fan communities is growing even louder.